Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here tonight to Virtual Racing Network. We are live here from Kokomo Speedway. Again, we thought we were going to go to a different track, but we had to bypass last week, so we'll probably circle back around to Williams Grove later on in the season. Tonight, of course, we are here at Kokomo Speedway and currently have about 9 drivers as we just got some heavy hitters in here. David Heileman and Joe Berkeley going to be joining us here tonight, as well as Peter Codavara, usually here as always, so good to see him back. And we got a new one, Timu Toka is how we're going to pronounce that name tonight. Hopefully we get that right. James Grace here as well. Jared Bullard here. Miles Jansen here, Drew Phillips, and of course Travis Oldfield here tonight for the racing festivities. We hope everybody out there is tuning in, having a good time. We have just under 4 minutes left on the clock. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you are rooting for tonight. Again, the countdown to qualifying is underway. We apologize in advance for the voice. Hopefully it holds out for tonight's racing action. As you see right there, having a bit of a cough. Ever since the last go-kart race we went to, the indoor go-kart series. But that aside, hopefully everything is looking and sounding good. We, again, have just right about 3 minutes left. We want to know where you're from, where you're tuning in from, who you're rooting for tonight, or are you here just for some dirt slinging action? We are very close to announcing a huge announcement here on the channel in the next coming days. Hopefully everything will be finalized this coming week after tonight's race. Here it's about 10:50 p.m. Central Time. After tonight's race on the 12th, we will be off this Sunday. We do not have any races till next Wednesday. And we are going to take that time to try to finalize some stuff, get that information out to you. Check out Virtual Racing Network on Facebook and virtualracingnetwork.net on the website. A couple of different places you can get the latest information. It'll probably be on raceontexas.com. So make sure you check out all of those great places, as well as Race on Texas Facebook page. And again, we'll be releasing that information as soon as we can. We are live here, though, on the YouTube channel from Kokomo Speedway here in Kokomo, USA. Again, we have 10 drivers, as the 10th one has just come in. That is Trey Smith, the real-life Texas driver, so we look to see him doing good as well. Remember, grab you something to drink, something to snack on from the concession stand. It is open, unless you're married and your wife closed it. In that case, well, I'm sorry, but for the general public, the concession stand is open. Go to your fridge, grab you something to drink, something to snack on. Any beverage of your choice is fine. You're at your house, so it doesn't really matter. No driving will be needed here tonight. That being said, a minute and a half left on the clock. We're going to step away, get hydrated, get some cough drops in us. Hopefully this voice holds out for the remainder of tonight's race, and we will be right back. All right, practice is over. Qualifying coming your way here for the World of Thunder. Make sure you check them out at WOTRL.com. This is the World of Thunder Racing League live here for qualifying on a virtualracingnetwork.net YouTube channel. Again, qualifying is underway. We're going to drop down, and it looks like one of the first drivers out. As we'll drop down to him and bring up your qualifying bar is going to be the number 2 of Jared Bullard out here. Again, we're going to have to jump over to James Grace here in a minute. We do not have a number plate high enough for the 269. He did send us our custom, his number. Again, we have been so busy with getting some awesome stuff we want to release to y'all here that we haven't had a chance to get that in there. But Bullard right now in the number 2. He is going to be, we'll see, first fastest with a 12.477. James Grace going to be right behind him in the 269 machine. Again, he's going to drop one spot with 12.684 is Trey Smith. Going to take that number 22 machine to the top of the charts with a 12.229. As it's going to be Trimu, you can't even say it without getting a chuckle. Timu Toga, excuse me, cough coming in, going to take it to second. It's going to be Kodavara that takes it to second with a 12.342. As we'll jump over to Travis Oldfield in the number 38 machine here for tonight's race, and he's going to spin it out going into the corner. That lap won't count. Joel Berkeley out on the track of the number 9 machine, and he's going to take it all the way. Almost clips the tire, but he goes it around the corner. And we'll see what kind of time he does put in and just how close. And he does clip a tire that time. But it's going to be a 12.648. David Heileman going to be at the top with 11.993. A wicked fast time for him, as it looks like we are going to get to the end of qualifying here quickly. And we're going to check in some stuff. Looks like having some internet issues here tonight. So give us just a moment. And we are going to adjust on that very quickly. So just drop that down just a hair, and everything should sort itself out. And it looks like it is doing that. But qualifying is over. It's time to move in to a heat race number 1. And it looks like we will indeed have 2 heat races, making sure, yes, 2 heat races here for tonight's racing event. So we welcome and thank everybody for tuning in. Heat race number 1 is getting out onto the track. So we are going to drop down to the track with them, as your starting grid here for heat race number 1 is going to be the 49 of David Heileman and the 23 of Peter Kodavara. Row 2 is going to be the 6 of Miles Jansen. And on his outside, they're going to be is the 2 of Jared Bullard. And row 3 is going to be the 9 of Joel Berkeley and the 4 of Drew Phillips. Row of 4 and running shotgun at the back of the field is going to be the 38 of Travis Oldfield. That will do it for your starting grid here for heat race number 1. As it's time to let these guys rip. Again, your feature event will be 40 laps, and they will probably do a 3-wide salute. We'll see. We'll get word on that in a bit. If they don't, it will be a 45-lap race. Caution laps will be counting, as that awesome feature that iRacing put in, they have taken it away as quickly as they put it in. Unfortunately, some bugs in it that we can't help, so we just have to do our best with what we have. As David Heileman set to take the green flag here. The pace truck lights are off. Green flag coming up next. Pace truck dives off. Green flag is imminent, and it is still not out. There it is. Green flag is out, and we are racing. It's going to be Kodavara and Heileman side by side. Heileman's going to take it to the inside, Kodavara to the outside, and it will go to David Heileman in that 49 machine. The 2 of Kodavara right behind him, even though it's technically Kodavara, 23. The 2 is going to be Bowler. Bowler trying to get by and almost making contact with him, as you're going to have Kodavara digging deep down into the bottom of this track, almost getting into the tire himself, as it looks like the 9 is going to make some moves. That is Joel Berkeley, and he is definitely making some moves up to second place, moving forward here big time in that number 9. No rhyme intended there. As we got the 2 going down to the bottom, and that is Bullard. Bullard not having any success down there. He's going to try one more time. They're going to be side by side between Heidelman and Berkeley. There were 2 names that said there could be your winner. We'll see if that is the case. Right now, Heidelman holding off Berkeley and Bullard. As right behind them is going to be Codavara, as well as Oldfield, Jansen, and Phillips is how they run right now. 5 laps to go as we have 10 total laps. We're halfway home here in heat race number 1. David Heidelman out front, not showing any signs of weakness here tonight. Joe Berkeley with him there. Is Heidelman going to take it all the way to the bottom, slide it up? He'll still be your race leader. Behind him, the 9 of Joel Berkeley. Berkeley trying to work on the outside. Is Heidelman getting way sideways in the corner, but it's working for him. It looks like he's on the edge of control. Well, that probably is because these cars are on the edge of control all the time. Berkeley trying to make a pass here on. He does it. Can he hang on to it? Here comes Heidelman back on the inside. Heidelman trying to make the moves to get the lead back, and he'll do it right there. They're going to be side by side with 2 laps to go. White flag coming out this time. There it is, 1 lap to go. Presented by Northwest Racing Series. As Heidelman trying to put the crossover move back on. And no, it's not going to happen. David Heidelman going to settle for second. Joel Berkeley will get the win. And looked like he tried to take the wall out or the 9 in the process. I'm not sure if those 2 are buddies or not. I would imagine they probably were. But heat race number 1 is going to be over regardless, as it will be Joel Berkeley taking home heat race 1 win. Heat race number 2 on the track now. Let's dip down with them here as your starting grid. We got another new name here. Actually, 2 names. The 3 that popped in here at the last minute. Either way, row 1 is going to be the 22 of Trey Smith. On his outside is going to be Timu Toko on the in or outside of row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Chris Fisher and Paul Balfour. Row 3 is going to be the 269 of James Grace and the 10 of James Edens. And that is going to do it here for your starting grid for heat race number 2. 6 drivers. We got some TSR drivers in here as well. And that's showing number 2, Trey Smith, running the TSR logo on there. We'll see. Actually, a very nice chrome and black red looking ride for him here tonight. So let's zoom out just a little bit as heat race number 2 getting ready to get underway. And just like that, we are racing here in heat race number 2. 10 laps to go. We'll definitely be looking for some good racing here, as we're going to have Smith out front. No surprise there. We like to see him out front. A Texas native racer, a real-life sprint car driver as well. So we'll look to see him do pretty good. Toka back here into the 7 machine in second place. As here comes James Edens in that number 10. Edens going to try to make a move. We'll see. Here comes the number 5 of Chris Fisher as well. I believe he also is a TSR racer. So we'll see, as they're getting really slow back here in the back of the field, getting a little tangled up there, not touching. They're bottlenecking. Like I say, is Chris Fisher's going to get into the tire with his front tire, and that's going to cost him several spots, but still not enough to allow the 069 of Paul Balfour to get by him. Out front, though, here with 6 laps to go, going to be 5 to go this time by right there. 5 laps to go, halfway through this heat race number 2 is Trey Smith. Smith's been out front all race along. Trailing him, but not by much, is going to be Timu Toko in that number 7 machine. James Eden has made quite the progress in the number 10 machine, but right there he's going to lock it up just a little bit. Not what he wants to see, as he's going to the high side now, and he's going to have to try to get by that 269 of James Grace. And it looks like he does get by him, but he lost a lot of time on the second place driver, Timu Toko, as Trey Smith continues to lead this race. We currently have 2 laps to go. Next time by, white flag will be in the air for Trey Smith. We'll see. Right now, Trey Smith not showing any signs of weakness, and he is now one lap away. White flag in the air, presented by Northwest Racing Series here for tonight's second and final heat race of the night here for the 360 non-wing class. And Trey Smith again doing it tonight. I expect to see him there as he is going to be your Heat Race 2 winner. He'll park it, and we will move on. I still think we'll have a B main. We've been having one every week, so we'll wait to see, and indeed we do. We will have a B main, so we'll get to the track as soon as they get out there to go through your lineup here for the B main tonight. On row number 1 here for tonight's B main racing action is going to be the 6 of Miles Jansen, and on his outside is going to be the 269 of James Grace. Row 2 is going to be the 38 of Travis Oldfield and the 5 of Chris Fisher, who you saw get into the tire a little bit ago in his heat race. Row 3 is going to be the 23 of Peter Codavara and the 069 of Paul Balfour. And rounding out the rear of the field here in the B main tonight is going to be the number 4 of Drew Phillips. That'll do it for your starting grid here for tonight's B main. As we'll zoom out here just a little bit to get a view of this field. It looks like Miles Jansen going to have a little bit of a connection issue in the number 6 machine, technically being scored as 67 on his car. But we are showing him here as the 67 on his car, but the 6 in the scoring loop. So we'll go by the 6 as that is the official scored number. Again, let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're cheering for tonight. As we looks like we got Team Outlaw Motorsports in there. Green flag is out, and we are racing 12 laps on the books here for B main. The only B main here tonight. We got major contact, blinking issues going on still for Jansen. Codavara into second place, running down Grace. It's right now Grace, Codavara, Jansen, Oldfield, Fisher, Phillips, and Balfour is going to be how they run as of right now. Quickly off the bat, though, as it's going to be Jansen back to second place. He's not going to give it up without a fight, but here they go 3 wide down the front stretch. They're going to dive it into turn number 1. They were still 3 wide going in. They've sorted it out, and they're going to stay single file for the moment. Oldfield takes second place from Jansen. Codavara drops to 4th. A lot of work to go here. Again, everyone will make the feature, but you want to start as quick and far up in the field as you can. James Grace in the 269 looking to get his first win here tonight, as he is set to do it in the B main. Can he carry that momentum over into the A main later on tonight? We'll see after a little bit of a warm-up. And here comes Travis Oldfield in the number 38 machine. He is making progress. Let's zoom in on him here and see, just pulling up that information. You see started 30s in the second. He has been as low as 4th, but he's fighting his way right there on the leader's back bumper. Let's go on board with him if we can. And again, that is Oldfield in the number 38 machine right there on the leader's back bumper. He's going to take it to the inside. And is it going to be enough? And contact is made going into turn number 4. And that will allow Oldfield to take the lead as he gives a little door slap there to the 269 of James Grace. We'll see how Grace handles this. Will he handle it with grace, or will he come back with a vengeance here and try to take that lead back? The contact was made. You can see it right there as we were on board with the 38. You can see that thud noise and the abrupt stop from the 38. That was that contact as it happens. Codavara hanging in to the 3rd position right now. Hanging back, kind of maybe biding his time to see what happens between these front 2 here with 2 laps to go. We'll see how it all shakes down. Right now, it's Travis Oldfield. That's your race leader. He gets a little sideways. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Presented by Northwest Racing Series. It's all up to Oldfield to hang on to the lead. It's going to be Grace trying to run him down. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. It's not. Your B main winner is going to be the 38 of Travis Oldfield here tonight. We're going to warm up. We'll be right back with your A main 40 lap feature event here in just about 3 minutes. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with your A main. We're showing 45 laps. We'll see if they take the green when it officially drops. It will be a 45 lap race. If they go ahead and do not take the green, it will be a 40 lap race, and they will do a 3 wide salute for the fans. We'll let you know what is going to happen, although you'll see it right on the screen as soon as we do as well. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get to your grid as we're going to get up and close and personal with these drivers here tonight. Once again, your starting grid for your A main event here tonight in row 1 is going to be the 9 of Joel Berkeley and the 22 of Trey Smith. That is going to be a heavy hit in row number 1. Row 2 is going to be the 2 of Jared Bullard and the 10 of James Edens. Row 3 is going to be the 49 of David Eileman and the 7 of Timu Toko. Row 4 is going to be the 38 of Travis Holyfield and the 269 of James Grace. Row 5 is going to be the 23 of Peter Codavara and the 6 of Miles Jansen. Row 6 is going to be the 5 of Chris Fisher and the 4 of Drew Phillips. Row 7, rounding out field here tonight, is going to be the 069 of Paul Balfour And that, of course, gonna do it for your starting grid here for tonight's A main event. And all drivers are going to be starting the race that started heats tonight. We are just a few moments away, and they are going to go ahead and do a salute to the yellow flag coming back out. So we zoom out, and there you see the green flag waving, but the technically not waving. They are going to stack them up and do a 3-wide salute here for the fans tonight, as they always do here with this league. Absolutely a blast to cover them week in and week out. So regardless of what class it is, they're always doing a salute. And I beg pardon, they're not going to do one. We do apologize. Green flag is officially waving. They just took an extra lap around as we are set to go. I thought maybe they were thinking about doing, but you can see we're going to stay zoomed out here just a little bit, and they are already going 3 wide coming down the front stretch for second, third, and fourth. Smith, Bolin, and I'm not sure who, Heileman there as well. Let's go ahead and bring up your main bar onto the screen, and we're going to zoom in here about 4th place or so, as they're really starting to stack it up. Heileman almost getting into the tires there twice. He almost gets into the tires. We just keep trucking along here. Heileman diving down to the bottom. And 5th place at the moment, Joel Berkeley out front. He's also diving to the bottom. We'll see Eden's up on the high side. He's making passes in that number 10 machine. Actually, number 52 is what he's on the car, but 10 in the scoring books. As we now have 6 laps completed, and they come to the line. Who's going to win tonight's race? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Get it out there. We have big news coming in the next coming days. And so we will be announcing David Heileman back to 3rd place. He was back far as 5th, and he's gained a few spots. They're going to go 3 wide one more time here between Edens, Heileman, and Berkeley. Somebody's going to have to walk away with the win. Oh, Heileman trying to stick it wavy where he didn't have enough room, but he made it work somehow. As Berkeley slides up, he clips the tire and keeps going here. What a battle for the lead. Here comes Heileman. He slides up, can't complete that pass on the race leader of Edens. That is James Eden, but he will get by Joel Berkeley. Berkeley going to have to stop. It looks like he maybe caught a tire, as we'll see. He's not going to lose too many spots. Maybe I spoke too soon. Foot in mouth moment, as he almost lost 2 spots to Bullard and Smith. Both of them coming very quickly here. Here comes Smith. Don't count on him to stay around 6th, 5th place too long, as he is working his way to the front. The gaps are going so fast you can't even see how the actual gap is. They're not even populating here in the scoreboard, as Heileman still running it down. Right now, James Eden's out front. Didn't even come in here. I don't think he qualified. He just popped into heat racing. Maybe he did. We just missed him. But either way, James Eden's a fast driver, as he is the only pro driver in here, at least under this name anyway. Some of these drivers do have multiple names, multiple accounts, so they don't wreck their pro class. But here comes Heileman one more time. Going to try to make a slide drop. Can't make it stick. He'll have to hang on to 2nd, but he is just determined to work the bottom side of this track in that number 40 or 49 machine. And so we currently have 31 laps to go. Going to be 30 at the line. We've completed 14 laps as of right now. Lap cars coming into the picture here in a moment. There's the battle for last position. Drew Phillips in the 4 and the 069. Alon Balford. Here comes your leader, James Edens. He's got to get around these lap cars as we go on board with him. As you see right there, that is the 4 of Drew Phillips. He's got to get around him if he wants to keep it going. And it's going to be tough. These guys are running their own race, but it looks like he's going to take the high side. The 4 almost coming up. Thought he was going to clip him there, but he doesn't, as he moves on by, as James Edens gets by your 4 car, Drew Phillips. Now it's up to the 49 of Heileman. He gets by him as well. And we got a caution out here for the first time, involving, it looks like, James Grace in the 269. Let's go back and take a look. What happened here to James Grace in the 269? It looks like he was by himself. Cuts a little sharp, but keeps going. No harm done there. I believe that maybe he had some help here. We're about to find out as the replay is underway. And so far, so good. And there you see it right there. couple of cars getting together. That is going to be the 23 of Kodavara, as well as one other driver collecting together, and then just nowhere to go for... yeah, we'll get him James Grace in 269. So nowhere to go for James Grace. Kodavara and another driver getting it together. And unfortunately, that is how it's going to go, as James Eden leading the race here on lap number 21 of 45. 25 laps to go. We're going to rack them, stack them, and get them ready to go. We're going to light the candles on this cake one more time to get this party started. And there it is. The pace the truck dives off. So we're ready to go. They're already on the loud pedal. Green flag's out, and we are racing here. One more time on lap 22 of 45. Is going to be 24 laps to go. And they're already shaking and baking back here about halfway through the field. And contact made between the 2 and the 22. Then the 39 gets involved in it. Sorry, the 38 of Travis Holyfield gets a little bit of a piece of the action. David Heileman back to the front. He refuses to lose here as he gets by James Edens on the restart. He's going to try to hold him off. James Edens coming in, and it's going to be Heileman into the outside wall. Heileman going to struggle there just a little bit, maybe have a little bit of damage he'll have to contend with now. Here comes Edens, and Berkeley as the caution comes out once again. And Drew Phillips, we'll take a look. Drew Phillips on the track right now, and right there into the outside wall multiple times. And I have a feeling it's going to be self-inflicted. It looks like that back wheel it is. And he gets back into the outside walls. He clips it with the right rear. And around he goes upside down to bring out caution number 2 here at Kokomo Speedway. 2 cautions for 5 laps. 4 different lead changes here tonight, as we are moving on here into the A main. 20 laps to go. They're going to double them up here. Lights are off on the pace truck. So we go into the back stretch. There it is, going to pull off going into turn number 3. And they're already going to be on the loud pedal. Green flag is set. Green flag is out. Heileman looks like he did not get the jump he wanted to there. Didn't get the start he wanted to. James Eden going to try to sneak it through the middle. Here comes Berkeley on the inside. Eden slide job. He goes up, and Heileman not going to be able to recover from that one, as he has Berkeley right there battling with him. And now it looks like we're going to have Toka come in there with him as well. A good battle right now for second between Berkeley, Heileman. We'll switch that one back up again. Toka and Oldfield. All these guys battling. Meanwhile, James Eden said, "See you later. I'm checking out from you boys." They're side by side. 2 wide for second place between Berkeley and Heileman. These two have been battling with each other all 9. Eden's battling with them as well. 15 laps to go here in your A main event. Somebody's walking away with the hardware tonight. Who is it going to be? Heileman still trying to get the win, but he's just had a little few mistakes on the track, and that is the problem with these dirt cars, especially the non-wing one. 1-2 mistakes, and your whole night is done. It just is not what you want to do. You got to be perfect out here, especially when you're racing with people like Edens, Heileman, Berkeley, Oldfield, Smith out here, Grace, Jansen. You cannot make mistakes on the track, and he's made a few getting into the outside wall, and he's slowing way down getting into the corner. And then he hits that grip there, and he really takes off once he gets out of the corner. But it's just not enough on the high side. Is where James Eden is running, and he is ripping the lip right now as he comes to the line. Going to get 10 laps to go. 10 to go here in tonight's A main event. As right now, Heileman's still there with him. Berkeley on the high side as well, but can't quite get by Heileman. These are open setups, I do believe, and they are working over everything they have. We may, and just as I say the word may, have a battle going on for the second position. Berkeley kind of scrapes the wall there a little bit, can't quite recover from it. We'll see. Berkeley may have a chance to recover here with 8 laps to go. The battle for second is on between Heileman and Berkeley. Berkeley running down Heileman. Can he do it? Is the question. He's going to dive it to the inside. Heileman going to get into the outside wall just a bit, and it's not going to be quite enough for Berkeley to make something happen. So we'll go back here a little bit to Trey Smith. Ooh, so we got one going upside down, and that is going to bring out the caution for the number 2 of Jared Boland. And let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 2 of Jared Bullard as he takes a hard lick to the outside wall and flips it up on its nose and then upside down here with just 5 laps to go. And again, we'll see what happened here. This will bring it up right there. Clips the wall and then gets hit by the 38 as well. From 3rd to 10th was his current position. And not what he was wanting here tonight as we go back to live. As your current leader is going to be the 52 or the 10 as we are showing scored as James Edens. Right there in the number 10 machine. He started 4th. He's up to 1st. Been as low as 5th as he's getting ready to win this thing here tonight. He would love nothing more to get it, but he's got some stiff competition behind him. Heileman and Berkeley going to be looking to get the win from him. Heileman pretty good on the restarts. He got by the 10 of Edens on the last restart here as we're going to get 2 laps to go. The green, the white, and then the checkered. Can he do it? Edens doesn't get the start he needs, Heileman doesn't get the start he needs. And we got contact being made between Heileman and Berkeley. They get together as Heileman comes in and just door slams Berkeley. We'll see how this one's going to play out. Right now, Edens out front. Joe Berkeley hanging in there. Their slide job doesn't quite complete the job. Berkeley with 1 lap to go. It is Edens out front. Joe Berkeley trying to run him out. Berkeley upside down. It doesn't matter. Edens is going to bring home the win in the number 10 machine here tonight as Berkeley goes upside down at the finish line. Your race winner here tonight is going to be the 10 of James Edens. What a race for Edens as he is going to do some celebrating there. We're going to get hydrated. We'll be right back with your post-race show here in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to apologize. I butchered his name all night long, but we know now, so now I'll just get butchered it. I'll butcher it and yeah, I have permission to get yelled at because I do know the name, and we'll have him announce it again just so I can remember it as well. But, we have your top 3 drivers here, well, at least 2 of them anyway. We're going to try to get James Edens in here as quickly as possible. But we do have the top 2 of the top 3 drivers in here with us, starting with 3rd place here tonight. As again, we'll have you pronounce your name for the fans out there, and because I am working on like two brain cells and probably can't remember anything anyway. So how do you pronounce it? And again, congrats on the third place finish here tonight as well.
Yeah, hi. My name is Teemu Toikka, and yeah, what was
Well,
I supposed to do again?
well, you get third place here tonight. It was a heck of a battle out there between everybody. So, what are your thoughts on this particular track? And has it changed since the start of this race? And what was that competition out there like tonight?
The competition was very tough. Yeah, the pro guys put up a hell of a fight. The track was quite slick even to start with, and then with 12 cars, it slicked over really quickly. And luckily, I made some quick changes to the setup so that I could keep up with the guys somewhat. And yeah, and that last restart was a one heck of a gaggle.
That it was. We had cars flipping upside down going to the checkered flag. It was insane out there. That you get third place, you're running about fourth or fifth there. Chaos happens on the last lap, so you're good enough to put yourself in the position, and then you get a little bit of luck as well. You have a car go upside down, you gain that extra position. So they say racing is 50% luck, 50% skill. We'll debate on the exact percentages, but either way, you walk away with a third place finish here tonight. Anyone you need to thank or any sponsors you need to thank here on that car?
I want to thank my team, Simsa Esports, and I want to thank all the Finns out there listening. And thank you everyone who watched, and thank you broadcast.
All right. Well, again, we look forward to talking to you more here in the future. I'm sure we'll see you here in the booth. And someone we have seen in the booth quite often, that is Trey Smith in the number 22 machine. Real life racer and a great sim racer as well. You finished second here tonight. Same kind of question. What was this race like? It seemed like a lot of chaos out there. Controlled chaos, but chaos nevertheless.
Yeah, it was. This week was just kind of the wall will get you here, especially if you're running high, but it was just kind of survival mode there. The first car was really good at the beginning, and then it just went away, and the fuel burned off, and I just got loose. So I was searching, and I think I was back to seventh with 10 to go, and then got a late race caution, and I think I was in fifth or something, and then that last restart, chaos ensued, and crossed the line second. So I'll take it, but it was a good night.
Oh, definitely. It was a wild night here at Kokomo. Thinking we were going to Williams Grove, but this race turned out good. So we're glad we're here. We'll see if we circle back to Williams Grove as we missed last week due to me not having power and the admin, of course, being out of town as well. But we know you're a real life racer, so before we let you thank your sponsors and shout outs, are you looking forward to the upcoming season as well? As we're just maybe a month, probably even less than that, away from the real race season.
Yeah, March 21st is going to be our first weekend out at our home track 105. I think we're running Corpus, Edna, uh, Louisiana tracks got canceled and one shut down, and so 105 Speedway and Corpus and Edna, and then we got one at Cotton Bowl. So looking forward to going there. And but yeah, March 21st it kicks off. We got about a 20 race schedule, and if we get some rainouts, I'm gonna be venturing north. So maybe I get to meet up with you one day.
Well, we definitely welcome you out to Monarch anytime. And of course, we have a film crew for Race on Texas out at 105, I do believe. So we'll have to make sure we get you some footage from that. We know you got some sponsors, whether here or on the real car, and some shout outs you need to thank for the second place finish here tonight.
Yeah, the real cars, Advanced Enzyme Systems, Dixie Safe and Lock, and Coastal HVAC Supply. Without them guys, man, I mean they make it easy on me. And in the sim world, we got TSR for sure. There's just an awesome group of guys we race with every night, and it's just like brothers. And I talk to them more than my wife. And got that 1-9 design. Fatheads Eyewear, Sage Fruit. There's tons of partners on there, but Glenn, Nelson, everyone in Discord. Another good night.
Definitely a good night for you here to finish second place. Sorry to your wife if you spend more time hanging out with these guys, but don't worry, Valentine's Day is coming up. I'm sure he'll make it up to you if you're out there listening. That being said, we don't have James Edens here with us, so that'll do it for tonight's racing action. Again, we are off the next 7 days, I believe, 7 or 8 days, whatever it is. We have a huge announcement that we hope to be making in the next little bit. Till then, stay safe, and we will see you next Wednesday for some more World of Thunder racing action.